In our last video, we started to talk about this about giving back to yourself, that giving and taking, and understanding what you take back is your time, and that others can give you kindness. But it's also about getting back your power. Throughout life, you've probably been at that point where you feeling that people are taking advantage of your good nature. You're feeling that you are unappreciated, unloved, constantly drained and tired by the fact that you've given so much. So take back your power. Surround yourself with protection and with energy, and don't allow people to steal that energy. Also learn to say no. Learn to know what is important to you, what you should and shouldn't do. Because on a spiritual journey, this is just as important as the actual giving. Because how can you give if you've got nothing left? How can you receive if you're not willing to receive? So if nothing else from the videos, learn that concept of saying no. Learn that understanding of your importance, and that nobody has the right to disrespect you, not to love you, not to appreciate all that you are. Some of you may now be thinking, well, that's not very spiritual. If I do that, it's very selfish. But it's not selfish, it's self-care. It's about self-preservation. It's about you taking care of yourself and starting to understand the importance of everything that you do on a daily basis. I am nothing special. And as I mentioned in the last video, I don't always have the answers. And like you, I'm still learning. And as the years go on, I will continue to learn, continue to understand, and continue to believe. But unless I do this, then I don't grow. So now think, what is growth? For some of us, it's simply knowing what's right and what's wrong. For some of us, it comes from learning and from reading. But growth to me is looking at yourself now and seeing whether you have bettered yourself, whether you've learned further experiences in life, and whether you've become a better person. By doing this, you have learned to grow. It's not about being stagnant, breaking up in relationships, unless you feel they're no longer right for you. This way of life is very lonely, and for some of you, you may have already experienced this. You have gone into environments where you don't feel connected, you don't feel wanted, you feel rejected. You may have gone into the workplace and suddenly your friends see you as different. Who has grown? Who has truly grown in this experience? It's you. You've learned that your life is no longer the same. You've learnt that you need to change, and you have changed, which is why you no longer see the people that you saw before. No longer do you see the relationships, the same friendships. Suddenly those who have surrounded you on a regular basis have disappeared, for they served their journey, or for you, they have no longer a commonality, something in common with yourself. What they've also taught you is the importance of you. They've given you strength, understanding of what you do and what you don't want. And this is important. So don't be afraid to stand alone, to walk a path alone. Don't be afraid to walk tall. Because sometimes the greatest experiences are the ones that we learn ourselves. For some of you, you may be thinking, I haven't learnt a lot. This journey is long and takes forever. But that makes you stronger. that enables you to work harder, to carry forward, and to be you. There is many people who along the way I've said to myself, you should not be doing this. It's wrong. You haven't got the gifts. And for those, I say you're wrong. Because I know deep in my heart, deep in my belief, that I was meant to work with spirit. And you should have that same belief if deep inside your gut, in your intuition, it feels right. It's only when things don't feel right that you shouldn't do them. So go forth, trust, understand that nobody can say to you, you can't. The biggest time when you start to believe that is when you ignore those messages from those around you and start to listen to those messages from spirit. I hope you feel the same. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again. Take care.